A significant part of intentional living is having habits that serve towards your purpose, practices that bring abundance to our lives, allowing us to see clearly and generate new ideas. In this week's video, I'm going to go over 4 habits that made the most significant impact in my life and can help reshape the way you live and lead you towards more intentional ways of living. Number 1, make learning a priority. One of the main reasons why people become complacent in their lives is after they finish school and become comfortable in their jobs, they stop learning. They stop exploring new topics, reading books, trying new things. Instead, they fall into the trap of instant gratification and nonstop entertainment on things like social media and TV. Of course, we're all forced to learn in some situations, but you shouldn't have to be pushed into learning. Continuous learning is essential to having a fulfilling life. It allows you to open new doors you never thought possible, the ability to learn new skills that can transform you as a person. It's incredible how many people say, "That book changed my life." Sometimes a few simple principles from a book can make such a dramatic impact in someone's life, it completely transforms the way they live. Expanding your skill set allows you to advance much quicker in your career or take a new path. Maybe starting your own business, pursuing your passion. Suddenly your comfort zone seems to be expanding as you are prepared for the unexpected and more excited to face the unknown. Something I hear a lot of people say is, "I don't like reading." And that's perfectly okay. You just need to find a learning style that works for you. For many people, including myself, we're visual learners. We learn best through imagery and seeing what's happening in front of our eyes. YouTube is an incredible platform to learn almost any skill. In my own life, I use YouTube to learn to build and run a successful e-commerce business that allowed me to work from the comforts of my laptop. YouTube also taught me everything I know as an amateur filmmaker and storyteller. I never went to school for these things and didn't know a thing about them before I started learning online. The number one mistake people make as visual learners is they simply watch, then skip applying it into their own lives. Remember to create a plan and set clear intentions for what you're going to do with your visual learning. Then we have audio learners who learn best through listening. Whether it's an audiobook or podcast, I myself prefer to listen to a book if it's the right narrator than to read it. Listening to someone's voice allows you to retain the information and create the imagery in your own mind and then apply it to your life. I've been listening to 50 Cent's new book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. And listening to 50's powerful voice keeps me captivated and undistracted, allowing me to absorb his incredible knowledge about living a fearless life, having control over your emotions, and being the boss of your journey. Highly recommend it, by the way. One of the best books I've listened to. A great tool for audio learners is to take notes while listening to remember key points and the parts that stick with you. Then of course we have kinesthetic learning or hands-on learning. You learn best through doing the activity, allowing you to remember step by step to completion. You'll find in many cases that all these styles of learning intertwine for you to apply it to your life. It's up to you to develop your creative style of learning that works best for you and allows you to retain the information. Habit number 2, reduce access noise. We are so used to the sounds of notifications, traffic, and television, not realizing how much stress this brings into our lives. All these sounds are unnatural, distracting us and even knocking us off our circadian rhythm. We are animals that are meant to be one with nature and enjoy the calming sounds that are natural to our ears. Digging a little deeper into removing the noise in our lives is about not wasting time on trivial activities that are ultimately pulling us further away from our values and integrity. How you live your life is entirely up to you. Other people will try to influence you in certain directions, but ultimately, the choice is yours. We can reduce this noise by being very specific on who we allow to influence us, who we choose to give our time, what voices we choose to listen to, who we choose to follow on social media. An essential tool you can use is prioritization. Whenever someone asks you to do something, whenever you hear that notification, ask yourself, is this a priority? Is this essential, or can it wait, or can it be eliminated from your mind altogether? Doing this will allow you to majorly reduce time spent on things like social media and TV. When you regularly ask yourself, is this a priority? Is this essential? it quickly eliminates distractions. The more you do this, the more you realize how much time you've been wasting on trivial activities.
Take time to reflect on your day. How much time did you spend on time-wasting activities? How much time did you spend doing events that didn't serve you towards your purpose? Doing this each day is a practice of self-awareness, so when it happens again, you catch yourself and remember you've made this mistake before and you're not about to repeat it. 3. Treat yourself like you're someone you're responsible for taking care of.
I'm stealing this topic from what I learned from Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life, so all credits to him for this brilliant concept. Think about the person you care about the most. Maybe it's your partner, your parent, your child, or maybe even your dog. How far would you go to make sure that they have everything they need? How badly do you want them to be successful in their lives? How often do you want to make them smile? You would do anything to make sure that they're safe, even step in front of a bullet for them. So how come we don't treat ourselves with the same kind of love?
We tend to see ourselves as someone not worth helping. We know our faults better than anyone else and dislike ourselves for falling into the same destructive cycles. How do we break free of this and start loving ourselves the way we love those close to us? Jordan guides us to first believe we are someone worth helping, that we have a purpose and mission in this world, and it's worth treating ourselves in a way that keeps us on that path. He reminds us of our moral obligation to take care of ourselves so we can contribute to the world at the best of our abilities.
When you look at someone you love, what do you see? You don't see their faults. You see the beauty that lies within. You see the beauty of them as a person. This is how we should look at ourselves, which is, of course, easier said than done.
Visualize how your life would look if you were the person you wanted to be. If you stopped making those repeated mistakes. Stay true to yourself. Follow through on what you tell yourself you want to do and see change. Focus on creating a life of integrity where you don't go against the plans you've set out for yourself. Learning to stop pushing off tasks, stop putting the wrong foods in your body, and stop wasting time. Soon you will build momentum, an incredible wave that can take you on a remarkable journey if you simply choose to take care of yourself the way you would another. 4. Find a creative outlet.
Many people feel that creativity is simply a gift, and in some cases that's true. But it's also something that can be learned. Photography, drawing, woodworking, filmmaking, the list goes on and on. A hobby that brings you happiness. It doesn't have to be tied into productivity or the hustle and bustles of everyday life, but having a creative outlet will bring you purpose, something you're building for yourself.
For me, it's filmmaking, which is something I knew nothing about just a few months ago. I'm merely learning as I go. Finding a new way to do a transition or figuring out how to sequence clips that tell a story allows my mind to be zoned in, excited to learn and to put into practice. I've never considered myself to be a creative person, no unique gifts or talents, just an average guy who's fallen in love with learning. If you have absolutely no idea what you would do creatively, just try something you love seeing other people do. You're probably going to completely suck in the beginning, and that's when most people give it up. If you can get past that hump and remember why you're doing it, you generally wish to learn the skill and see if you can turn it into something you love and that you're doing it for yourself and nobody else. It can bring you so much joy and fill you with ideas that make your heart smile.
So give it a try. What do you have to lose? If you're already doing something creatively, let me know what it is in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what brings you to life. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new here and enjoyed this content, consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload. Much love, and I'll see you in the next video.